Hi, Bill Henry here with Robinson Henry, answering a question I just received, which is, do I need a will? So short answer to that is no, you don't need a will. You can actually handle everything that you could do in a will by using beneficiary designations on your insurance policies, payable on death accounts, jointly titling assets, appointing guardians in separate writings. So there's lots of different ways you can handle what happens in a will without a will. But having said that, there's typically far too many holes and people miss things. And so far and away, we recommend, of course, having a will. So let's go into some common scenarios where a will makes a lot of sense. So the first thing is we have minor children. We want to appoint guardians. We want to set up a trust. Minors can't hold property outright, so we can do that in the context of the will. You don't want the state to decide where your property goes. Well, if you don't have a will, then the state's going to decide where your property goes. And you have to ask yourself, if you don't know the rules of where it's going to go, you probably need a will so that way you can determine the direction of your own assets. You need to disinherit someone. You have a child or other beneficiary and you want to disinherit them. Way to do that would be in the will. If you don't, once again, state law will take over. Quite possible that they will receive an inheritance. Special tangible personal property of high value. So if we've got tangible personal property of high value, or even if it's of high value to the family in the sense that it's got a great sentimental value, probably want to handle that in the will and specifically direct where that property is going to go and not allow state law to determine that. You have a trust. So if you've created a trust, common question is, well, if I have a trust, do I need a will? Almost invariably, the answer is yes. We use a will, what's called a pour-over will, for anything that did not get into the trust, and we direct our personal representative, which is what an executor is called in Colorado, to put all those missing assets into the trust for us. We have a house. Oftentimes, if we have a house, we want to make sure that we have a will as well to say where that house is going to go, or if we have assets, we again want a will. Where's our property going to go? Just to give you an example of one of the holes that could occur whenever we don't have a will, but let's take an example where you or someone has listed their beneficiaries on their life insurance policy. So they have a life insurance policy and they've listed two beneficiaries, and we've got Bob and we've got Mary. Okay, and they're each going to get 50%. Well, if this person passes away, their life insurance policy by contract, by the beneficiary designation, will go 50% apiece to Bob and Mary. We've avoided probate. We did not need a will in that case. However, what happens if Bob predeceases this person with the life insurance policy and then this person passes away? Well, in this case, Mary still gets her 50%, but where does Bob's 50% go? Well, the answer is we probate it. And if we probate it, we need a will to tell us where the property is going to go. Again, this is Bill Henry from Robinson Henry. Hope you enjoyed this and talk to you next time.